The 47-year-old calls his divorce from the actress, quote, "the biggest regret of my life."
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the celebrities who got candid about their marital breakdowns.
Being married to a famous person, Reese Witherspoon. Ex, yeah.
Number 10. Jennifer Aniston. During the aughts, you'd have to be living under a rock to miss the Brad and Jen media frenzy. With Brangelina taking over headlines, the world watched Aniston's marriage crumble in the tabloids. Even 2 decades later, fans still wonder what happened.
I think it's a narrative that follows you because it's an interesting headline. It's more of a media-driven topic. You know.
In a 2005 interview with Vanity Fair, Aniston offered a peek behind the curtain, admitting, "There's a lot I would probably do differently." She elaborated that taking time off their careers to be together may have strengthened their relationship.
You sit there going, well, how do I do that? And you're frustrated, and then you get down on yourself because you're not there yet, and then you just realize one day it's happened.
Brad Pitt reportedly carries some measure of regret as well. According to Us Weekly, the actor wishes he'd handled the end of their marriage in a more thoughtful manner.
He has released a statement saying it, quote, "grieves me that this was interpreted this way. Jen is an incredibly giving, loving, and hilarious woman who remains my friend."
Number 9. Robin Thicke. Just as Thicke's career skyrocketed with the smash hit Blurred Lines, his marriage to Paula Patton hit rock bottom. To his credit, the singer took most of the blame, making a series of grand overtures to win her back.
Thicke began his public begging last Thursday at his first concert since the high school sweethearts announced their split last Monday.
Then I'm trying to get my girl back.
In addition to naming his next album after her and recording a heartfelt ballad, he even asked fans to ask Patton to give him another chance. Unfortunately, none of his grand gestures worked, and the pair filed for divorce in 2014.
Although he didn't elaborate, Thicke said that he and Patton are separated because he wasn't always honest, adding, quote, "I told my wife the truth, that's why she left me."
In an interview with People magazine, Thicke admitted, "It was a melting pot of trouble brewing, and I was so arrogant that I thought I could handle it all."
Play that song you and your girlfriend sing. Let's get you back tonight.
Number 8. Bill Gates. For decades, Bill and Melinda Gates' marriage seemed built to last, which made their divorce all the more shocking. Their split was met with widespread public interest as private details of their union spilled out.
It wasn't one moment or one specific thing that happened. There just came a point in time where there was enough there that I realized it just wasn't healthy and I couldn't trust what we had.
Just when the buzz had since simmered down, Bill made headlines again in January 2025 in an interview with The Times of London. He reflected on the miserable divorce, calling it the mistake I regret the most.
You had just been through a difficult time, and we talked at length about your separation and divorce from Melinda, your wife of 27 years, and you recently said that was the biggest regret of your life.
His choice of words wasn't the most careful, with some misinterpreting it as regret over the marriage itself. Gates clarified on NBC's Today Show, saying that even if I knew that it wouldn't last forever, I would still do it again.
Divorce wasn't great. Having those 3 kids, the work we were able to do together, even if I knew that it wouldn't last forever, I would still do it again.
Number 7. Courtney Cox. Much like their Scream characters, Courtney Cox and David Arquette's chemistry was undeniable. Tying the knot in 1999, the couple stayed together for over a decade before their 2010 separation, officially divorcing 3 years later.
Courtney Cox and David Arquette say they are separating after 11 years of marriage. In a joint statement, they said they made the decision a while back, but are still good friends.
According to Cox, the breakup of their relationship wasn't due to a lack of effort. In an interview with More magazine, the actress explained, "In divorce, you always have regret. We were married for a long time, so it's not like we didn't try."
David is father to 13-year-old Coco Arquette, whose mother is Courtney Cox. And while Arquette and Cox's 11-year marriage ended in 2010, they remain good friends and work together to co-parent Coco.
Although details behind their split remain private, Cox and Arquette have maintained a healthy friendship, with the actress calling Arquette her very best friend.
We had a production company when we were married, and we love working together, and we're still really close friends. And
Number 6. Shaquille O'Neal. By his own admission, the former basketball superstar had it all in his marriage with Shawnee Nelson. The pair, married from 2002 to 2011, faced numerous ups and downs before calling it quits.
He always tells me he wants to have more kids, so I'm like, well, knock yourself out, because have a good time with that one. I think you've pushed over that hill now, sir.
In his 2011 autobiography, Shaq Uncut, My Story, O'Neal takes full blame for their marital woes, admitting to his infidelity. Years later, speaking on the Pivot podcast, the athlete called himself greedy, claiming it was all me during their marriage.
It was all me. I was just, look, we don't need to talk about what I was doing, but I wasn't protecting her and protecting those vows.
Admitting he didn't fully value family life when he had it, O'Neal has expressed regret at letting it all slip away. While owning up to his mistakes on the Big podcast, he called his time with Shawnee and his children the happiest days of my life.
Do you think about what you gave up, and do you have some regrets about that?
I wouldn't say I have regrets, but, in order to sometimes be great, you have to sacrifice a lot. My family was always there for me.
Number 5. Gavin Rossdale. The Bush frontman and Holla Back Girl singer kept their marriage intact for over a decade before announcing their separation in 2015. In her divorce filing, Stefani cited Rossdale's alleged affair with their children's nanny as a key factor.
The 46-year-old singer candidly admits that she was in hell after her split from Gavin, who allegedly cheated on her with their nanny.
Things took a bitter turn before their divorce was finalised the following year. Speaking on the Amy and TJ podcast, Rossdale called their separation the simple shame in my life.
My parents were both married 3 times each.
Wow.
It's a sort of very colourful background. And so I never thought I'd ever get divorced. So if there's a simple shame in my life, it's that.
He also described the effect it had on their children as debilitating, regretting the impact the split had on them. To avoid repeating past mistakes, the singer takes extra care not to speak negatively about his ex, hoping to protect their children from further disappointment.
I've never heard you say one bad thing about Gwen.
Right, why would I? Yeah, I would never do that.
Did you make that decision from day one?
It comes real natural to me.
Number 4. Ryan Phillippe. Among the hottest young couples of their time, Ryan Phillippe and Reese Witherspoon's relationship dominated tabloids, convincing many that they were in it for the long haul. But it wasn't to be.
Was that part of the problem? 2 people in the same business?
No, I think more of the problem was age, when we got together so young.
In 2006, the Cruel Intentions co-stars announced their separation, initiating divorce proceedings that lasted the next 2 years. In an interview with W Magazine, Phillippe looked back at this period with mixed feelings, referring to it as the worst time in my life.
You were married to Reese Witherspoon, and you're
we are, and things are great. It's so important too, as divorced parents, I think, to keep that connection.
The actor recalled isolating himself in his house for days to avoid paparazzi, calling it a disturbing environment for his then 8-year-old daughter. While he has since moved past it, the media spotlight hovering over his and Witherspoon's separation left a lasting mark.
But no, I wouldn't.
Are you friends?
Yes, very much. We have kids together.
Number 3. Kris Jenner. Though she's now mainly known as Kris Jenner, there was a time when she was Kris Kardashian. Her marriage to Robert Kardashian, which lasted from 1978 to 1991, was complicated by her affair with Todd Waterman.
When I got divorced, Robert and I became best friends. We talked on the phone all day long, helped each other through things all the time, and I did have regrets.
In an episode of The Kardashians, Kris opened up about her past indiscretion. Ashamed of the mistakes made in her youth, the socialite remembered her former husband fondly, calling him a great husband and great dad.
But what was my dad
the
not doing
consequences
that made you want to look elsewhere?
I don't know, because he was such a great husband and such a great dad.
The pair mended their friendship before his death in 2003. Still, Kris has taken responsibility for her actions, considering the infidelity that ended her marriage as her life's biggest regret.
I thought that the grass was greener somewhere else. and I made a huge mistake. That's like my life's biggest regret.
Number 2. Will Smith. Before his name was forever entangled with Jada Pinkett, Will Smith was first married to Cherie Zampino. The marriage lasted 3 years, during which Zampino gave birth to Smith's first son, Trey.
Trey is the only child of Smith and Zampino, who divorced in 1995 and later developed an amicable co-parenting relationship.
Although Will moved on with Jada, the breakdown of his first marriage continues to haunt him. In an episode of Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk series, the actor revealed that divorce was the ultimate failure for me.
And it's like, I knew that was the woman I was supposed to be with, but I was never getting divorced.
Right. Yeah.
I don't get divorced.
Separating from the mother of his then 2-year-old child hit him hard, and Smith still considers it the worst thing in my adult life. To add insult to injury, Zampino filed for divorce on Valentine's Day.
Cherie filed for divorce. She hit me hard. Cherie filed for divorce on Valentine's Day. I was like, ouch!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Ben Affleck.
The truth was, we took our time, we made the decision, we didn't want to show the kind of, we grew apart, we had a marriage that didn't work. This happens.
From the aughts to the mid-2010s, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were among Hollywood's iconic it couples. For a decade, their marriage was seen as a benchmark for success, until the pair announced their separation in 2015.
Coming just a day after their 10-year anniversary, Ben Affleck and his wife, Jennifer Garner, calling it quits.
Affleck's life took a steep downturn soon after, with his troubles frequently highlighted in the press. Years later, the actor opened up about his past struggles, which stemmed from his alcohol use disorder. Speaking to the New York Times, Affleck viewed the end of his marriage with Garner as the biggest regret of my life, adding that shame is really toxic.
Then you do more of it to make that discomfort go away. Then the real pain starts. It becomes a vicious cycle you can't break.
He echoed these statements in another interview with the Sydney Morning Herald, labeling the divorce as a very painful experience.
Ultimately, we tried because we had kids. And then we said, both of us felt like we don't want this to be the model that our kids see of marriage.
Which failed Hollywood marriage lives rent-free in your mind? Let us know in the comments.
Did we have moments of tension? Did we have disagreements over the custody? Was stuff difficult for us? Did we get angry? Yes.